The question is, why do you need a family, or why does anyone need a family? Why should we not just live on our own?
Right.
Because, number one, in life, the Lord gives us choices in life. He gives us free will. He gives us free will to become either a brahmachari, a single person, who is a monk, who serves the Lord. There are others who have the opportunity to go into the Grasta ashram, where they live with a family. And then there is the Vanapasta ashram, which is after Grasta life, when one's children are grown up, where we go back into a monk life from the age of 50 upwards. And then there's the fourth ashram, which is sannyasi. So why does Lord Krishna give us an option to have a family life? You see, everyone has different needs, and the reason why everyone has different needs is because we're all individual. We all have different past lives, and because we all have different past lives, we come into this life based on our past karma and our desires. So everyone has a different need in life. Some people are very, very independent, and they realize that there is nothing in life beyond just themselves and the Lord. But at the same time, association is very, very, very important. Now you might say to yourself is, why were you born into this family? You have parents, you have possibly brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles, grandparents and great-grandparents. Why are they your family? Do you know why? There is a very specific reason to why your family are your family and you're not the child of another family. You see, in your past life, you left off at a certain point, and now is your continuum from your past life. So the Lord not only gave you birth into this new body in this life, He gave you a specific family to live in, because your family, your parents, your brothers, your sisters and all the other relatives, they're all your teachers. So the Lord actually specifically chose every member of your family in order for them to serve a purpose in your life, so that you can learn more than you did in your past life. Now, just as equally as important is you're their teacher as well. So it's a joint relationship. It's you're their teacher, they're your teacher, and therefore you have an opportunity to transcend into a more heightened level towards the spiritual plane than you have done in your past lives, or how I've done it in my past lives. Because in our past lives, Lord Krishna similarly gave us an opportunity to transform our lives out of this material world, but we got stuck in it. We got so hooked on the material aspects of life that we didn't learn everything we needed to learn, and therefore we had to come back into another material body. So the Lord has given you a family for a reason, a learning lesson. Every time someone comes into your life, everyone serves a purpose. I'll give you another example. In your life, are there some people that you don't get on with, or you don't like, or you find that irritate you, or you don't have anything in common with? Now, actually, very, very interesting, those people are just as equally your teachers. But because we're very, very stubborn in our own ways, we're very much blinkered of how we want life to be and how we perceive people think about things, how they behave, what they do, and what we like about them, what we dislike about them. The things that they are brought in, the Lord has brought them into our life for purpose, are the things that we're so stubborn about that we don't want to take any guidance from another teacher. So actually those people are very, very, very most important hidden teachers. There are secret teachers, because they're the ones we push away because we don't want to listen to them. But actually they've got something very, very important to teach us. Now, just as importantly, you may choose to get married and have children, have a family of your own. And this is all by the arrangement of the Lord. It's not just about why do we choose to have a family. It's nothing to do with what we choose. It's what the Lord arranges. You see, the Lord has totally planned your entire life, as He's planned my life and all of these Prabhu's lives. And therefore, He will arrange for us to be married or not, have children or not, be a brahmachari, be a vanaprastha monk. Whatever purpose we have in our life is by the arrangement of the Lord. So, are you single or married?
Married.
You're married. You have children? How old are your children?
6.
6. Boys, girls?
Gone.
Gone. Okay. So, why do we have a family life? Because the Lord arranged for you. You see, the Lord arranged for you to meet your wife. Was it a love marriage or arranged marriage?
Arranged.
Arranged. Did you know, Prabhu, that every marriage in life is an arranged marriage? There's no such thing as a love or arranged marriage, because the Lord arranges every marriage. So in one way or another, it is arranged. And whether it's arranged or it's a love marriage, some people say they have a preference for love marriages rather than arranged marriage because they get choices, etc. But actually, the Lord has arranged so many aspects to our life, including the person that we marry, that person comes into our life for a specific reason. They bring a role to your life, a role that needs some lessons, an aspect of our characteristic that needs some lessons. And this is the importance of the other person that comes into our life. They're there for a reason. I'll give you an example. I've been married 3 times. Sorry, twice, but I had a third relationship after my second marriage. I had a 10-year marriage, I then had a 22-year marriage, I've got 3 grown-up children, and then I entered into a third relationship. And the third relationship was very challenging. In all regards, each of my marriages were challenging. That's why I ended up being in different relationships. But that was by the Lord's arrangement. Even though I wasn't Krishna conscious at the time, he was working in the background. He brought people into my life for a reason. And I'll give you an example. The third person that he brought into my life, which was a 5-year relationship, which was my last relationship after my second marriage, I wasn't Krishna conscious at the time, but Krishna was working in the background, because actually through that relationship he taught me how to be a monk. Because my third relationship, the woman I was with, she had huge jealousy issues. She would not allow me to speak to a Mataji, to see a Mataji, to listen to a Mataji, to read a book with words written by a Mataji or a song written by the voice of a Mataji. I was not allowed to have any aspect of a Mataji in my life whatsoever, because she found it very, very, very difficult to deal with. So inadvertently, I didn't realise, but the Lord was training me to become a monk. So when I came to live in the ashram, where life for a brahmachari is very separate from a Mataji, it wasn't easy, it wasn't difficult at all. It was very, very easy not to have a Mataji in my life, and not to desire other Matajis who come along on a day-to-day basis. And actually it's a very, very beautiful thing, because in life, we spend our whole life thinking about men and women. If we're a man, we think about women. If we're a woman, we think about men. And we think about attraction. And then we think about love. And that leads to lusting and hankering. But do you know what I've discovered, which is the most beautiful thing about being a monk, which is so different to my life previous? You see, in my life previously, when I was in between relationships, I was looking for other women. Always searching for someone in my life. Will she like me? Would I like her? Do this and do that. Could there be any relationship? Can there be some love? What can she bring to the relationship? There's always that looking. But the moment I became a monk, and because I have been trained not to look at Matajis, it's now very nice to be able to talk to a Mataji without having to have any thoughts or feelings of sexual or sensual feelings for another woman. Isn't that not beautiful in one regard? Because it's hard life. If you're always looking at someone thinking, oh, what is the opportunity? We're always opportunists. And now I live a life of a monk, I can treat another Mataji no different to a Prabhu. And that's very, very, very beautiful. And it means I can give more respect to another person. And that's a very, very beautiful characteristic to develop. So people come into our lives for different reasons. So that Mataji came into my life to teach me about being respectful to other Matajis and not to desire other women. And I think that's the most beautiful thing to do. Because actually what I've discovered in life is, in life, you say for instance, you had an arranged marriage. Do you feel you have a love relationship within that marriage?
No.
No. Okay. But at some point maybe you did?
Yeah.
Yes. And did you feel that's conditional or unconditional love?
Always conditional.
Sorry?
Love is always conditional.
Love is always conditional, and you're very right. Now, why is love always conditional? Do you know why?
Yeah.
The reason why love is always conditional is we're selfish. It's as simple as that. We are selfish beings. You see, I need to be loved in a certain way. I want to be liked in a certain way. I need this in a certain way. I want that person to behave or do things in a certain way because we are selfish beings. We have our needs to be met, our desires to be met. So my scenario of a relationship is, I will love you if you love me. I will do this if you do that. If you don't do this, I'm not going to do that. I want to be loved this way and not that way. I want more of this and less of that. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
And that is what a conditional love relationship is. And in one regard, it's quite sad because it means that we're always desiring, we're always wanting, we're always needing. I need this, I need that, I need a little bit more love, I need more cuddlings, I need this, I need that. And all we're doing is thinking about me, I, my heart, my love. But do you know what? Today's a good example. Today you can't see the sun, it's cloudy at the moment. But behind all these clouds, the sun is shining. It's glowing with full energy and the full light and the full heat. Inside our hearts are overflowing with love. But it's covered like the clouds and we can't see it and we can't feel it and we can't experience it. So we think we need love from other people. I need your love. I need your help. I need your guidance. I want this. I want that. But actually, we're full of it. We just can't understand it and appreciate it fully because we think we need things from external. Oh, maybe if I buy a new dress, I'll feel a bit more happier. Maybe I buy some new clothes or a new mobile phone, I'll feel happier. Maybe if I have more Facebook friends, I'll feel much happier. Maybe I get more hearts on my Instagrams, I feel more happier. We're always looking for external things to make us happy. But all these happy feelings, guess what? They're not permanent. They're all temporary. And because things are temporary, it means they come and go. A little bit like the clouds, they come and go and come and go. And therefore, the sun isn't permanent, and neither is the love permanent. But I discovered something very, very different. You see, after my first marriage of 10 years, my second marriage 22 years, my third relationship of 5 years, I realised no more matches in my life. Sorry matches, but no more matches in my life. And shall I tell you why? I found a new love. I found the most beautiful and intimate love that I could ever experience in life. You see, I fell in love with Lord Krishna. And the reason why that love with Lord Krishna is different to love inside a relationship, for one thing. You see, you think love is what a relationship is about. No, it's not called love. It's called lusting. You lust. I used to lust. I need this. I want this. I need more. I want. I need my desires. I have to have. It's lusting. And then when we get it, we hanker for more. We need more and more, or better, or greater. But the Lord is so different, because the Lord doesn't ask anything from me at all, or from you. Because the Lord has got absolutely everything in the universe. He doesn't need anything from us. But the moment we express some love to the Lord, He just wants to give and 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 give. Can you give and give and give? No! You give, I want. You give, I need. You give, please, I want, I need. And this is what happens inside relationships. So our relationships are actually a lust and hankering relationship rather than a love relationship, because there is only one meaning in love. Do you know what to love is, Prabhu? Do you really know what, on the deepest level, what love is? Master, do you know what love is? Love is to serve someone. To serve and serve and serve and serve and serve and serve and not need anything in return, because everything will automatically come in return because of serving. So when we serve the Lord, I give the Lord one little bit of Krishna Prem, He gives me 10 bits of Krishna Prem back. I give Lord Krishna 10 Krishna Prem, He gives me 100 Krishna Prem, because He'll always give more. And this is the beauty. If only in life we learn to give rather than just take, we get more in life. And it's beautiful. And this is why I fell in love with the Lord, because there is no human on this planet who could just give and give, or I can just give and give to them without wanting. Because the moment we have a relationship with another person, we have needs, whether it's emotional needs, whether it's intellectual needs, whether it's sexual needs. We have needs and desires. But the moment we share a love relationship with the Lord, and not just a love relationship, and the most intimate love relationship, then we start to experience a different type of love, and the most beautiful love relationship that you could ever have. So it doesn't mean we can't have a family, it doesn't mean we can't have a love relationship or a arranged relationship. There are teachers and they're in our lives for a purpose, but at a certain moment in time, when we get to the point of grasta, which is the age of 50 years old, our children are hopefully grown up, it's the time then to become a monk again and go back into the forest, not literally the forest, but to go back into Shastra and make the Lord the absolute centre of our life, and go a little bit more deeper and actually understand what our true purpose in life is. And it's beautiful. And it's so beautiful. So family life serves a purpose. It's a teaching curve. It gives us experiences in life, because sometimes if we don't have family life, it can be very austere, that we get these cravings. Oh, I wonder what it'd be like if I had this or that in my life. But if you've been through it, so for instance, I've been through being a single man into my early adulthood. I then became a married man, I then became a businessman, I became a father, I became a partner. I took on lots of different roles in life, and therefore when it came to me actually ending family life, well, it was ended for me. My second wife said she wanted an independent life. I said thank you, and off I went. But it gives us an opportunity to be able to renounce much more easily, because we've had it, we know what we've had, and now we have something new in our lives which is unconditional. There isn't any way back anymore for me, because there is absolutely no one in life who can replace the Lord. So the Lord is my family, and all my associates of all the other brahmacharis and other vanapastas and other devotees are my wider family now. I still have my children, and they'll always be my children, and I'll always care for them, but they're independent, they're growing up having independent lives now. And now is my time to go even deeper into Shastra, into my Dharma, and to understand my sadhana and realize what my true purpose in life, and begin to understand more about who I am. And going back to your original question, the answer to this question is, as you chose this verse, I asked you to choose one random verse which the Lord chose. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes qualitative identity with the Supreme, unless he is freed from all reactions to past deeds. And this is what the answer to the question is. We go through family life to realize this, Prabhu. And this is why the Lord gave you this particular verse, which is Bhagavad-Gītā As It Is, as translated by Srila Prabhupada, chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, text 27. And the answer to the question is, by fixing our mind on the Lord, He takes us beyond any aspect of passion that we had through relationships and love and lusting and hankering, and realize we don't need that anymore, because the moment we fix our mind on the Lord, He looks after us and He gives us the opportunity to transcend into the spiritual world, and we realize that there's nothing here in the material world worth hankering for. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.